Hang on, Naruto with the super chat. Did you see Biden say there's no such thing as someone else's kid? I did see that. And I wish conservatives would focus a hell of a lot more on that and the fact that the schools think they own your kids and the teachers think they own your kids and they think they're not even your kids. And the fact that they're trying to take away all your parental rights, which I've written about extensively on my Substack, which is carlin.substack.com. And if conservatives stepped up and focused on that issue more, then they would have a lot less problems than what they're doing right now. But but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Conservatives are going to lose their kids. Can we just be blunt about it? Conservatives, because of all this trans bullshit, the logical end result of what is going to come is that the left is going to win because they are organized and coordinated and focusing on taking away all of conservatives' parental rights. They're already getting bills passed in Washington and California. They're holding legal symposiums talking about how parental rights are not in the best interest of the kids. Over 6,000 school districts in the country have written into school district policy that they don't have to inform the parents of what gender the kid is going by at the school. If conservatives were more focused on that issue than they are on what people are doing with their own bodies, then they might have a shot in hell. But at the rate that we're going, for people who are just complaining, oh, Carolyn's cranky today, at the rate that we're going, conservatives, you are going to get your children taken away, and it is going to be entirely your fault, and it would have been entirely preventable had you just fucking focused on things that actually fucking matter, rather than focusing on my speech and what's coming out of my mouth and the words you don't like. If you had actually focused on protecting your parental rights, which are right now being stripped right from out from under you, maybe you could have saved your own kids. But as it's going right now, they are going to take your children away. If your kids come home from school after you sent them to public school, after I told you not to send them to public school over and repeatedly, but you still ignored that because your school is in a safe red area. It's not a progressive city. They're not doing this stuff in my area. No, they are doing this stuff in your area. And you sent them to public school anyway. And then one day your kid comes home at 14, 15 years old and decides they're trans. And you're really surprised by this. You're like, no, you're not really trans. And the kid says, yes, I am trans. And you're saying, no, you're not trans. But the kid is already socially transitioned at school. The kid's already been using different name and pronouns at the school for a while now. You just didn't know about it because you didn't listen when I told you that schools are enacting into their policy that they don't have to inform you of what's actually going on. And so you didn't listen to that, but your little darling has already been socially transitioned at school. And now your little darling is coming to you because it's time to go on the puberty blockers. But you don't want to do that. And so you also ignored the fact that while you weren't paying attention because you were focused on what pronouns to call people, while you weren't paying attention, your state passed a law saying they can terminate your parental rights after your child turns 12 years old, which again has happened in Washington and California right now. And so because you deny your little darling puberty blockers, the school psychologist can then recommend to the state that they remove your child from your house because you won't give them the life-saving trans medication that they need. That is all real. Everything I just said is real. But no, we're focused on, well, I don't want to call Dylan Mulvaney she. That's one option. You can focus on whether or not you call Dylan Mulvaney she, but I think you're probably going to be focused on more important issues when the state takes your children away from policies and laws that they have already enacted that you weren't paying attention to because you're hate watching Dylan Mulvaney videos over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you might not like my mean language, conservatives, but I'm giving you the best advice you're getting anywhere on the internet, and you're not fucking listening.